Hi, folks. You are watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels and networks. I'm Mike Morales here in soggy Southern California. That gentleman out there is
Matt Metris in the wintry wonderland of Rochester, New York.
ooh, wintry wonderland. That
We're
sounds
very
so
alliterative today.
very, yeah, that's true, and I love alliteration. For those of you who don't know what alliteration is, look it up.
This isn't a literary podcast.
No, however, the name of this brand, Maguey Melate, is alliteration. This is another destilado, not necessarily as Matt pointed out with our last review. The company that puts these together, Maguey Melate, is kind of like a mail order agave distillate. What do you call them? Importers club.
It's like a club.
Yeah, it's a private tasting club. You can belong to it. You look them up. Maguey Melate. But they reached out to us. I have been jonesing for some of this stuff for a long time. They've been around for like almost. I want to say 5 years, like 3 to 5. And I've been chasing them ever since. But it's impossible. It was impossible up until recently to get samples. So Matt and I scored Jabali. This is now. You and I have had Jabalis before, right?
We have one of my favorites, actually.
Yeah, it is. The first time it was ever made available in the U.S., it was through, of course, Del Maguey, and nobody had ever had it or seen it, and it was instant classic. You couldn't find them; they flew off the shelf. And then my understanding is that the plant itself is very difficult to distill and that it blows up.
Right.
Yeah, it explodes stills and it foams up a lot, apparently. So it's very difficult. It's a plant that's very difficult to work with.
Yeah.
So there are very few guys, very few men or women, because there could be some women out there making Jabali. I'm not sure yet. But so it's very difficult to work with. There's only so many guys, so many people out there who are qualified to work with this plant. So let's get into the juice. Let's taste it. If you've never had a Jabali and you're wondering what all the commotion is about, we're going to tell you. We're going to taste the juice, and then we're going to tell you all the ins and outs. Oh, well, now that smells nice. That's got a nice aroma.
It does.
Okay, I'm going to pour mine. I'm going to pour mine in Stasso Jarrito. Lingering bubbles right away. That's always a beautiful sign for me. Probably more so in a mezcal than in a tequila, but you're using the Jarrito for tequila, so he's got a little bit smaller mouth surface. I've got another one for mezcal, which has got a much wider mouth surface. I believe I'll have to look at the label again. I believe this is coming in at a 47.
I think it's even more than that. 48.7.
48.7. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And I think you and I have the same batch number.
Hopefully, we've had that happen before.
Yeah, but the thing is, these are so small batch. They're really ancestral, artisanal. 48.7 is what I have here.
Yeah, batch number 1, bottle 86.
Well, I don't know. It just tells me this is bottle 8.
The batch number's on the back.
Okay. Well, I have on the label here. It says bottle 8.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's the 8 batch.
Yeah, mine's got 86. On the back label with the info, the bottom line is batch number.
So the bottom line is batch number. Okay. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Batch number. This was batch 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Batch 1, and this is bottle 8.
That's nice. That's a collector's edition.
I feel so special.
Yeah, you got battle 800 on the last one, and you made up for it here.
I know, huh? Right. And of course that is agave paper on the label, which I love, and it's very transparent. We'll read you all the ins and outs in the back. shortly. I just want to take a look at this. Was not as shiny.
No.
It's not murky either, but it's not as mercurial looking as the Mexicano that we have, which is Rhodocantha.
Yeah.
Jabali is a whole other animal.
Mm-hmm. Nice legs and tears, though.
Yes.
A little bit of clinginess there. You can see him. I'm not sure if the lighting is good enough to see him running down the side, but
yeah, I'm not even sure if they can see it on my camera either, because you can see my ring light, but I am looking at it and it's got these legs and tears on both of these have been just thick, thick and rich. And the mouth surface, the body of the Mexicana was delicious. I mean, it was really substantial. This one, I'm kind of anxious that this was a lot brighter than I thought.
Yeah.
Just on the uncorking.
Ooh.
Oh, whoa.
You definitely get that ethanol right away.
Yeah.
A lot of plant with it, but man, that went right up my nose.
Woo! Hello. Now see at the bottom, I'm getting a lot more of the. There's a depth to it, like a fiber minerality, kind of a both.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is way brighter than some of the other two. We have had, like, I think Matt and I together have had like maybe two other Jabalis from two other brands, and probably two other mezcaleros. Those were actually mezcals and not destilados. And the difference is that there's no norm. In other words, they're not paying for the government seal. There are still outlaws out there, and they've been making it generationally for several generations. I'm not getting smoke. I'm getting, there's a depth. Is that minerality that I'm getting?
I think so, yeah. It's hard to define.
It's pleasant, though. It's kind of
it is pleasant, and it's more towards the metallic end of minerality and further away from like the soil or dirt end of the spectrum.
Okay, I'll buy that. And when we say metallic, not in a bad way, okay?
Right. No.
Like, it's not like it's we got chunks of copper coming out of it or anything like that. No. It is really pleasant, though, on that surface. That the alcohol is just, well, for me, it was very hardly there. I don't know how you got more of it, and I think because you got a longer funnel, you have a longer chimney on yours.
But after that initial pass, that alcohol dissipated, so I think it just sort of built itself up as I poured it. And
okay, and it is opening up again. Yeah, almost, it's evolving in the glass more rapidly, I think, than the Rhodocantha. Rhodocantha took its own sweet time to evolve.
Yeah, it took a while.
I'm getting more depth and fiber on this side. And now it's opening up again. That pleasant, sweet minerality is dissipated. It's not there for me right now. Oh yeah, it's in the center of the glass now. Now I got to go digging for it. Yeah, it was right on the surface, and now it's like it's being overtaken by the other. It's becoming a secondary or tertiary aroma.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot more fiber this time. Almost. Now this is a hot take. Almost like a dried leather.
I'll buy that. I'll take it. I will take it. Dry leather, because you and I have had, I think, one or two mezcals that had been distilled in leather.
Yeah.
I think we had one last year that was that way, and it was distinctively leather. And yes, folks, it is a thing. You can distill in leather. Some regions will actually have done that. That's got to be no easy feat either.
You can distill in almost anything.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all about resourcefulness.
Wow. So I'm getting more of that minerality now. It's in the center of the glasses instead of the sides. Mm-hmm. What do you think? You want to dive in?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Mm.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Mm.
Mm. Oh my God.
Ooh. Surprisingly sweet. Plant,
Yes.
again, that kind of tanginess, like on the orange end of the citrus spectrum, just a light tang. Definitely some smoke and heat on my tongue.
Yes.
And there was a little bit of like a burst of heat at the very end, during like the very beginning of the finish.
And when we say heat, we mean like the pepper heat, like
Yeah.
and not in this case, not white pepper. It's almost like a black pepper.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a very interesting nose, man. That
Mhm.
sweet, like you said, metallic kind of aroma. I'm not even sure I can call it metallic, but I'll go there.
Yeah, I'm thinking more like raw minerals, like iron ore as opposed to stainless steel, you know.
It tastes like a chunk of metal. Hey,
Yeah, pulled straight out of the earth.
you know, we used to when I went to a Catholic grammar school, folks, and part of the Catholic grammar school is sometimes you get these specials where they sell you dog tags with your name, address, and phone number in case you get hijacked or kidnapped or something happens to you. It's kind of like the medic alert bracelets, and these are made out of like stainless steel. It's kind of like sucking on a stainless steel spoon.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, that's kind of like what this is. And I used to take that dog tag. It was a dog tag. I still have it somewhere, and I would suck on it. As a kid, you just play around with it. You see a lot of basketball players do the same thing. They've got something that they can suck on for some reason, and that's what that tastes like. It tastes like you're sucking on like a silver spoon, not a silver spoon,
That
like
explains a lot.
stainless steel.
Mm.
This is, and I will admit, this is like our third Hadali. Of the three that we've had, I love this one.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first one that we had was very harsh. I think it would, and I'm not sure I can't remember what the ABV was. I'll have to go back and look at the review. I think you're right. It was Pistoleros. They were the first ones to actually send us a Hadali that was almost impossible to get. And it was much bolder, harsher, and I believe it was probably at a higher ABV. And this one's pretty high.
This is pretty high. Yeah. And if I remember correctly, that one was 5 times distilled.
Yeah, well, this one. Let me take another swig of this because this is really delicious.
Yeah, this looks like a triple distillation. But the distillero is Santo Martinez Cruz, and I don't have a trading card for him. Some of them came with trading cards, and some of them didn't. I do have a Hernandez rookie if you want to swap later on.
Oh, yeah.
Bubble gum out of there.
Okay.
15 to 18-year-old wild agave. 5 days in an earthen oven, Tahona ground, pine wood fermentation for 7 days, and spring water, copper still, triple distilled, and 180 liters produced in March of 2019. So pre-pandemic.
Oh, pre-pandemic. and I got bottle 8. Woo!
In the before times.
This goes into my this goes into the library. I'm going to have to hide it and put it away. Now, is this?
How does one get a library card to come and check things out?
To come in my library. When I move out of here, you're invited. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to, because there's stuff that, and, Matt and I and Eric. I love throwing these guys like the kitchen sink, and I know Eric's got a big library because he doesn't just do agave spirits. He's got whiskeys, and this guy. He's got a wide palette. He's one of the founding members of the ADI, American Distilling Institute, and they're running their contest right now, folks. So if you have a brand of whiskey or bourbon or something made in the U.S. or even an agave spirit at this point, I would recommend go to them. These guys have palettes up the. I learn something from you guys all the time, and Eric. He pretty much leads these tastings with me when I throw them.
Encyclopedic.
Well, he wrote the book. He wrote
for real.
the Tequila Dictionary. That's his book. In fact, when I met him in San Diego last August, I had him sign my book, my copy, because
Nice.
and I love tossing these things because to these guys, just because I learn something new every time. This is Taona. Okay, so it's copper pot. So it's do we have a region? San Lorenzo Albarracas.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
Okay.
I missed that. I skipped right over it.
Okay. No, but again, folks, if you see this, snap the QR code, stop the video, snap that QR code with your phone, and it'll take you to more reviews. It'll take you to more videos where they're documenting a lot of. I think it's the smartest thing that they've done because, like you said, the NOM, the norm, the CRM had a great database where, and you could see some of our earlier videos where we would snap it on right here on the review and go further. That has since been brought down as well as the CRM, and but I love that they're doing this, and I don't have any more information on Santo Martinez Cruz, but that's his signature. I love that this company is highlighting all the maestros. Okay. Wow. Anything else you want to say about this Jabali? I love this one.
We talk about the box here. There's a box.
Yeah, let's talk about the box. Okay, that's what the box that it comes in, and your samples when you order from Maguey Melate, you will get the map of the regions where mezcal can be made and where the destilados are also made, and you get all the plants. So you kind of know right off the bat.
And a whole bunch of fragile stickers.
Yeah, well, I know, because they are. Yeah, because they are. Look, show how many samples did we get on the 100 milliliters? We're gonna get to each one.
6,
of these.
I think.
There's like what, 7, 8?
I got 6. Maybe you got more.
No. Hey, careful!
Breaking stuff.
Don't be breaking them.
Ooh, this is exciting. This is a deer pechuga. I didn't even notice that when I.
Yeah, baby, deer pechuga.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, now we're talking. This is a kind of that you want that in the fall when everybody gets a hunting license.
Yeah, some venison sausage and venison, and with a deer pechuga.
When I was living in New Mexico, I had the company I was working for at the time, because I used to have a real job instead of doing this for a living. He used to make a venison chili stew for the potluck for Christmas. That was he would make a big pot of this stuff because he would get bow hunting and elk hunting are a big deal in New Mexico, and it's very much the lottery system. So whenever you could get access to hunting, and the time that he caught the best venison chili stew I've ever had was from this guy. I mean, you haven't lived till you've had venison chili stew.
I apparently am not alive.
Oh my God. From northern New Mexico, and because that's where the elk live, or southern Colorado, I guess at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to attacking each one of these in separate videos. But Matt, again, Brand of Promise nominee, and we'll go with the destilado category, because this is a whole other category, folks. It's not mezcal. Again, the Rhodocantha that we had earlier, if you haven't seen that review, that's the Mexicano review from Maguey Melate. That is normally in the Raicilla denomination of origin, they are allowed to use Rhodocantha as one of the 3 plants. I think there's 3 or 4 of them that they can distill Raicilla, but this is more in the mezcal, destilado category. And I think, Matt, you said the other gentleman, it was what, 3 generations?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I don't know anything about this one. I wish I knew more about this particular mezcalero or palenquero or maestro. I don't know what you're going to call them, but I love this thing. This is, of the three Jabalis we've had, I got to
Mhm.
call this one. I got to call this one the best one.
Yeah,
And
this was good.
different region, different
Mhm.
hand of the maker, all that different ABV. I'm pretty sure that other one was well, like you said, it was multiple distilled.
Yeah.
What did they say this one was distilled? Was this triple?
3. Yeah.
And again, it makes sense to me because all I've heard about this plant is that it's really difficult to work with.
Yeah.
It's not a favorite. It's got to grow, a length of time. It's got to be really gamey, and this is a lot brighter than, like you said. And the intake, it was much sweeter than I thought it was going to be.
Me too. Yeah, I was surprised by that.
Because you said the nose was very, very one-sided.
Mhm.
It wasn't complex, but all the complexity is in the flavor. All of
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
Wow. Mm. Amazing. But anyway, I think that's our take on mezcal, on Maguey Melate. This is the Jabali. Oh my! I don't know. Do we have price points for any of this stuff?
So I found the price point for the club. And the club has 2 different tiers. For $60 per month, you get 2 375s and 1 mini bottle every other month. And for $29 per month, you get 6 of the mini bottles every 4 months.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the bottles that we've had of the full mezcals range anywhere, $60 for one bottle.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
and you get 1 trading card per month.
That's not a bad deal,
Yeah.
especially if you're trying to educate yourself on the mezcal and destilado. Now that's a whole other category.
Yeah.
Destilados have nothing to do with the government. They have nothing to do with the normas. But the quality has always been there. It's just that these, just in the 2 batches that we've had, you see how small batch this stuff really is.
Mhm.
I mean, that deer Pachuga, how many liters it can, we'll find out how many liters, but just not,
Yeah.
it's got to not be a whole lot, because Pachugas by and large are festive. They
Yeah.
only make them once or twice a year, and that's it. And some of these are, I would venture to say, a lot of these were never meant for public consumption. They were meant for, like, just for the family or the community. Do they do anything? Does any of this go back to the communities? Do you know? Does it say
I didn't
anything about that?
I didn't see anything on the website, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Okay. I would imagine that it would, because they're really putting the maestros front and center
Yeah.
of this. It's not about the guy sourcing this. It's not about him. It's not about the company. It's all about the people making it, which
Exactly.
I'm so cool with that.
Mhm.
I would imagine I will have to do some more digging. Maybe when we get to the other varietals, the other expressions, we'll know a little bit more about the company. Again, we're so glad that Mezcal Melate made this happen. Thanks for reaching out and for making this happen. I'm so glad we got a chance to really dissect these. But that's our take on the Jabali. I'm telling you, if for this club, for that kind of pricing, some of these, even the Del Maguey full bottles of 750s, they're going for a pretty penny,
Mhm.
and they're worth every penny, is what I'm saying. But for a 375 and for a small batch,
Yeah.
for quality stuff that doesn't, you're bypassing the government and all the other markups. I think that's what keeps their pricing really. And honestly, there are tequila clubs that cost more.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
So I'm impressed as hell. Congratulations to you guys. I can't wait to get to the other expressions. But that's our take on the Jabali. I'm Mike Morales here in Southern California. That guy out there is
Matt Metris in Rochester, New York.
You've been watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media, all of our channels and networks. Please subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube. We're going to get better at getting back to your questions and here in 2023. I know there's a lot of folks who have been watching us now. They appreciate the longer form tastings, and we're going to try and do a few shorts, hopefully somewhere between mid 2023 and going forward. But whatever you do, subscribe, hit the notification bell, give us a like, because that helps this video get out to more destilado aficionados, maguey aficionados, mezcal aficionados, and tequila aficionados, which we all are, right? But anyway, follow us on our Instagram and all of our social media. But whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.
Thanks for tuning in. Please be sure to visit our website at tequilaaficionado.com to get your free subscription to our magazine, download past issues, check out our branded merchandise, or get yourself equipped with the best tequila glassware for your sipping style. As always, sip wisely.